Hi, dear language learners. I went from activating English in 10 years to French in 3 years and Spanish in 2 years. So I thought it might be interesting to do this video of 3 things that I changed around completely in my approach to become fluent in a new language. Hi, I'm Dr. Alex. I use the basic and fundamental laws of social psychology to make the language learning process so much more enjoyable, more fun, and to have you speak with unshakable confidence. Number one, that I changed around completely after suffering through years of grammar drills and vocabulary focused study in English, is I changed the order. So the order means I put the first thing always in my goal of speaking was to put the experience of speaking and to saying a sentence first, and only if I needed it, I would then go into the grammar. So I give you example. If I want to express something, I don't know, if I'm about to plan a situation that I want to do in the new language, for example, buying a ticket for a train, I practice the sentences I need for that situation. And then when I need, for example, if I have for the first time to say something in future tense with a new verb, only then I would have a look at how I can say in the first person singular something in the future tense. So only if there is need for my real lived experience, I would then look up the grammar. In that sense, I don't have to learn all the grammar about future tense. I only look it up for that particular case. And that makes it very small, very simple and digestible, and I will memorize it so much easier. So changing around actually means, in that case, from grammar first to lived experience first and grammar only when I need it. That's the first one. The second one I actually changed was I completely reframed how I see language learning. Language learning for me is to be very clear about my goal. My goal would be to get access to a new culture and to actually learn a new way of thinking and to enjoy that, because it actually brightens up your life so much, because you get out of that little cubicle that you are living in as well, I remember that in my early years in life, I would say, I'm not judging how old I am. I used to be monolingual, and basically I realized there is patterns of thinking that come with one language only, and you kind of take them for granted. And once you get out of that little cubicle of that one language, you realize, oh my God, in the world there are various types of patterns of thinking and of how our social interactions work. And with every language, this changes completely, and that opens up your horizon, what life is about, so much. So the objective of speaking a language for me changed from being perfect at grammar. This is what the kind of shared subconscious belief that was always given to us at school, I remember. And I totally replaced that with this luxury of having access to a new culture. That is actually what I put as my goal. And therefore, what actually happened is my focus shifted. So as soon as my focus shifted, I realized, oh, this is really a gift. It's something that I need to see with lots of gratitude that I have the chance to do that. And also, it changed my outlook on you know, is this a hard thing to do or not? Because actually I saw it as a hobby, as something that I have the luxury of doing next to my job. So I saw it as an enjoyable retreat of actually putting my mind on something completely different. And also it helped me with juggling a very busy lifestyle of a high responsible job, high responsibility job that I had at the time for many years, and studying a language in parallel. So this changing my objective, reframing what language learning actually is, helped me to get out of that belief system of, oh, it has to be about being very good at grammar, being very good about memorizing and studying really hard. And this whole feeling of obligation completely vanished with reframing what language learning is about. And now the third one, actually, I changed the order, was also in terms of um, I I changed from writing focused learning to speaking focused learning. So before I was able to write a word, I would have to speak it. And this is something that worked for me. Let me know in the comments if this works for you as well. I need to, first of all, listen and kind of vibe into what a word brings with the whole feeling of the word. I need to experience the word in a phrase before I start to write it. Of course, the physical action of writing also enhances memory. But I realized for me, when I spend too much time in only writing, again, it becomes passive. I need to live the new sentence in speaking it first before I write it. And then I write it out as well, and that helps me to memorize. Changing that order for me made me become quicker in realizing what a sentence or new meaning actually does as well. So I realized little tweaks so if we summarize that, little tweaks in the order and in the way in which I framed language learning made me experience it in a more positive way. And that helped me, as always, whenever we feel positive about something, that helped me really to learn much quicker. So I'm interested now to hear about your experience. As you know, the aim of my channel is also to bring you together. So please share your own experience in studying a new language. And thank you as always for watching, and see you next time.